Welcome on in. It's your boy G Bush. We back at it again. You know what it is. It's a setup. We got to get right off into this thing. This is what we call the pregame show. Welcome on into the Browns versus the Bengals. Browns versus Bengals watch party. We appreciate you guys pulling up on us. We appreciate every one of you guys pulling up and bringing in your energy and getting to the last game of the season. I want to thank everybody for just, a great season. We'll talk about this a little bit on the barbershop, but I want to thank each and every person for coming up, doing their thing, and showing love on our watch parties. But we got to get right off into this situation. One of the things that we got to talk about immediately is the news with Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski seems to be out. We'll talk about this, and we've said this a lot of times. And I'm gonna give you a heads up right here. I'm going to give you guys a heads up specifically about this situation with Kevin Stefanski because if you know me, a lot of people talk about my sources and a lot of people talk about sourcing. If you've noticed, I've been steadfast on a couple of things. One is Kevin Stefanski won't be here. Two is that Andrew Berry will be sticking around.
The sound is different. Can you not hear yourself?
Does it sound like refresh the screen? Refresh it.
Like it seems like scratchy time.
We'll see. We working on the sound. Let people know for a little bit. How's the sound to you guys? Sound good? Give me a thumbs up, or the sound is good, bad, indifferent. We'll try to work with it. Is the sound?
Sound like you're talking to a computer mic.
Static in your audio. Okay. Let me restart this, and we'll drop a bomb on this. Let me see. I got this again. I'm in the cave. That's it. See, I was, it was nasty work. Let me add this in here. Here we go. That should be a lot better. That should be a whole lot better. So let's get to this. Let me add this back in. Andrew Berry, let's talk about this. I've been solid on what I've been talking about with Andrew Berry and Kevin Stefanski, and there's a reason why G. Bush has been so steadfast. I've known this information for well over 2 months. Here's the great thing about, and what I've learned in the game in terms of sourcing. What I do is I chill and wait and watch, but I have it in the back pocket like a big joker. Why do you think that when you see me on these platforms, I got a level of confidence about what I'm talking about? Why when you see me when we going back and forth and people are saying, "Oh, I got sources in the industry," and people in the building will tell me, people in the building, listen, I've been knew this. There's a couple I've been knew this. So Andrew Berry, according to Cleveland Browns podcast. Mary Kay article details the looming decisions with the Browns head coach and general manager. Do you believe Andrew Berry should stay? Now, one of the things that you're going to hear from a lot of people as Adam Schefter comes out and confirms this, but this is a 2-month conversation that has been boiling and bubbling since Shedeur Sanders became quarterback. Why do you think I've been very open about what's popping, what's going on, who's staying, who's going, and why when people talk about has he done enough, I've been laughing and joking because I've known this for 2.5 months. But let them confirm it. Here you go.
We ultimately believe he'll be out. This is a 2-time coach of the year, somebody who still will want to coach, somebody who's got a lot of energy. And if and when the Cleveland Browns move on from him, as I would expect would be the case, I believe he'll automatically become a candidate for the New York Giants, for the Tennessee Titans, and he will be one of the more sought-after candidates in this head coaching cycle if and when Cleveland moves on from him, which I expect.
So you're going to hear a lot of that. And what you see around the internet right now is a bunch of people who are going, and I'm just getting you guys prepared for it. So the way this has worked, Kevin Stefanski has done this for 6 years. He's found a way to, and this is what happens to a lot of people. You get the media on your side, and a lot of people, a lot of times if you got media members that are tripping out or crashing out because Kevin Stefanski is no longer here, it boils down to this. You got to start a new relationship. See, all of the leaks was coming from Kevin Stefanski. All of the leaks, all of the stuff that everybody was hearing and you were saying, that's coming directly from Kevin Stefanski. So there's a level of cachet that you can get when specifically talking about information from Kevin Stefanski. When all of this stuff was coming out and people in the organization are saying, no, that is Kevin Stefanski and his team. So to be honest with you, I can see why people are a little upset about that, because now you got to start over. Now you have to create new relationships. Now you have to learn about the new head coach. Now you got to actually do your work and get information. It's just all about relationship building again. And so a lot of people is going to be upset, and a lot of people is going to be, kind of salty, because who are you talking to now? Because you told people that people in the organization was letting you know certain things. Well, you don't got that no more. So now when you pull up, who's telling you stuff now? Can't be Andrew Berry's folks. Because you said, I don't know why he's staying anyway. Now, G. Bush, just you doing a barbershop show on a postgame, on a pregame. What you doing? This ain't what we're supposed to be doing today. I'm just giving you that work, giving it to you. And one thing that you're going to see is you're going to get a lot of this. You're going to hear a lot of this, and I've already told you. You're going to start to see individuals and people already right now. Watch what G. Bush tells you. Log this away. This is a very important timestamp and a log away conversation that you guys are going to have to get to. Watch what's next. Now, mind you, I'd have been right about everything, right? Didn't I tell you Shador was going to play? I'm the only one in the game that ain't never faltered, not one time. You tell me where I faltered at anybody. Kenny Pickett, Joe Flacco, Dylan Gabriel, Shador is going to play. Andrew Berry was taking over. Kevin Stefanski is out. What, Flores, what have I not? Jimmy Haslam, I told you Deshaun Watson was coming back. Where have I been wrong? I'm going to just give you this. So here's how the media works. If Andrew Berry is staying, they're already moving the post right now on Berry. It's already happening in text chains. It's already happening. Scorched earth is alive and well, because now it's going to be when Kevin gets fired, it's going to say everybody's trying it. If Kevin has to go, then Andrew has to go. I don't know how Andrew, what has Andrew done? What has he done? What? I'm telling you, it's coming. Listen, the energy is going to be now next year. We need Andrew Berry to have 10 wins. We need Carson Schlesinger to be the defensive player of the year. We need Shador Sanders. He better be the NFL comeback player of the year. He better be an MVP candidate. All of these type things are things that you're going to see. And I'm telling you, because Kevin's gone, now they need, we need somebody to be a sacrificial lamb on this joint. We need it. And here's what I'm going to tell you. Y'all might want to keep watching. Because when the coach search come up, you might want to talk to the people that was right the whole time. And by the way, I was right to the dismay of a lot of people. People still talk about who they was talking about in the organization. Like talking about nobody in the organization, bro. What are you gonna say? So I'm gonna tell you that's gonna happen with that. So we'll get to that. So just know that's coming. But first, let's get to this football game, man. Just get to this football game. Here's another thing that you're gonna hear. Here's another thing that you're gonna get to. Is all of the people that were patently wrong on the quarterback competition, patently wrong throughout the year, patently wrong about all this other stuff, you might want to resist it and letting these dudes come back with I don't know what you're talking about. What are you talking about? These guys have not been right about a lot of things, and now all of a sudden, it's run the quarterback competition back again, but this time we'll actually give Shedeur Sanders a chance?
I don't think he's earned your number one next year. I think there's a competition.
Yeah.
And Gabriel's in it, and who knows?
No,
Maybe
he's not.
Watson's in it. Let's see how the
He's not.
season goes, and that's it.
Would you take that right now? Sanders, Gabriel, and Watson heading into next year.
It looks like we're going to do it over again. We're gonna punt on the quarterback and wait for 2027.
Again, guys, courtesy ESPN. Guys, listen, get ready for it. I'm not playing this as receipts. I want y'all to get this through your mind. The receipt days is over. You need receipts for people who actually bought something. All these people stole the truth. I don't need receipts for people that never purchased anything in the truth sphere. Why would I need to give receipts to people that was wrong? So let me get this right. It wasn't a quarterback competition last year. You had to come out during the year and you said that Dylan Gabriel wasn't it, and why did Kevin Stefanski got fired for drafting him that high and then stamping him and then not letting Shedeur play. Now you're talking about, it's going to be a quarterback competition again? You mean the one that was rigged in favor of Dylan Gabriel and we found out he wasn't good? Now all of a sudden, let's run it back and we'll be honest about it this time. Stop playing. You were wrong for 8 to 10 months. How do you know? How do you know what kind of competition it's going to be, and you don't even know the head coach that's going to be here? Because you was wrong about Stefanski still staying. Stop. The receipt days is over. The receipt days is over. It's 2026. You already know my slogan. We came alive in 25. We ain't gonna miss in 26. The receipt days is over. So when we sitting here watching this type stuff, man, it's laughable. It's completely laughable because now you're gonna start seeing people move around, and now they just throwing stuff at the wall. Like, they gonna just. They don't even know where to turn, where to look. I don't know. You know, right now, I'm sitting there, people. I need to go to church with some of these folks. They done lost their whole religion. Kevin's gone. Andrew Berry is still here. Looks like Shedeur Sanders is the quarterback next year. We ain't getting Mendoza more. What do I got to stick around here for? What do we got to look forward to? Well, you can look forward to this. Speaking of, let's get to this. Browns is moving around a little bit. We got one guy coming into the building ready to work. Got one guy ready, and he got the Shedeur Sanders gear on, pulling up. Get ready for that Shedeur Sanders 12th campaign to drop sometime in this next coming year. I don't got no inside information on it, but get ready for that heavy campaign. I'm just saying, right? I'm just saying. Get ready for that heavy campaign. That's in the building. Let's talk about this. You know, we always got to go to the field. It's not as nasty. It's always 10 degrees warmer. I know y'all people, maybe those who ain't from Ohio, y'all don't really know. It's always a little bit warmer in Cincinnati than in Ohio. Might be cold down there, but it ain't snowing like it is in my backyard. You ain't snowing like it is in my backyard. Shedeur Sanders out there. Nike 12 campaign loading. Shedeur Sanders out there getting ready to go, doing his thing. Let's talk about this as well. You know, we want to pull up and we're going to thank every single person from coming in and talking, during our peer game shows, during our post game shows, everything. We want to thank you guys. Ready to go. Let's get to this. Let's get to the inactives today. Inactives today. No, let's go to Myles Garrett first. Myles Garrett is on a mission. Myles Garrett needs just one sack today against Joe Burrow to clinch the single singers records. Will he do it? Let me know if you guys think he'll do it in the chat. Dang, it's a lot of people. 1,200 people in here already. Dang, that's wild work. We appreciate y'all. I hope he gets this done early during the game. I want him to get this out of the way so he can play. As a matter of fact, I want him to get 2 sacks to go ahead and push it all the way out of contention so people ain't got nothing to say. The thing about Myles Garrett and Joe Burrow, he's always done a really good job against Joe Burrow sacking the quarterback. I think he's done a really good job. Joe Burrow tends to hold the ball a little bit longer. So I think Myles Garrett can get this sack record. I would like him to do it early rather than later. So we shall see what will happen with that. But I do think you get the sack record today. And I'm excited to see. I'm excited to see that he about to knock this out of the park. I want to see. I'm a big firm believer in guys coming back and doing what they're supposed to do. And I like the fact that he came back when he was mad. He was upset that the team wasn't doing nothing. And instead of him coming out here mailing it in, he had one of the best years of his life. And a lot of this stuff talking about leadership is so crazy to me, and it's infuriating to me because it always seems to be people that is running around here talking about leadership that ain't led nothing. Ain't been in no locker rooms, ain't never been hurt, ain't never did none of that. You know what leadership is? Leadership is setting the standard for play on the football field. Myles Garrett is the best defensive player. He's going to be defensive player of the year, and he's going to cook. That's the leadership I'm talking about. That's the leader. He showed up, and he broke the NFL sack record in the season he ain't have nothing to play for. That to me is leadership. Let's get to this. Now, we'll talk about these inactives. Uphill battle for the Browns offense today. Let's go ahead and throw this out here. Joe Burrow, by the way, 5-2 as a starter this year. 5-2. He came back as a starter this year, was hurt. No Harold Fanning Jr. today. I don't even know who Jeremiah Byers is. I don't know if Kingsley Ogakwan, I don't know who that is. Jamari Thrash ain't been playing. David Njoku, Sam Kamara. I think Carson Schlesinger is not playing today. I do believe he's not playing. Harold Fanning, I know if it was the growing. Yep. Carson Schlesinger has the quad ankle. He is inactive. David Njoku has the knee. He is inactive. Let's continue to look. For the Bengals, Joe Burrow is going to be playing. Joseph Asai, defensive end, is not going to be playing. And that's about it for them. So if you're looking at the Cleveland Browns, you're going to have a lot of guys out. A continued offensive line is what the offensive line is. You already got Judkins out for the year. So the top 3 rookies, the top 3 guys that have been your playmakers are not in. Schlesinger. You got Harold Fanning Jr., your top target. David Njoku, your other tight end target, is gone. So you got 2 backup running backs in Sanders and Williams in the backfield. So today you got Jerry Jeudy, Cedric Tillman, some of those guys. So let's see what type of energy it is for the Cleveland Browns. Last week, 17-23, 186, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions for Shedeur Sanders. Keys to the game for me, but I want to see what Shedeur Sanders is execute. Don't turn the football over, but actually still be aggressive downfield. I want to see still aggressiveness downfield. I want to limit some of the turnovers. I still want to see the pocket presence. I want to see those things. I want to see the game slow down. I want to see you take them layups and still hit your stuff. But at the end of the day, I want to see you go out there and you playing for something, right? You playing for getting these reps, getting these are your reps. This is the way you need to go into the off season. Let's get to the super chats before we get myself out the doggone thing. Let's get to the super chats real quick before we start this show. My man, Abdullah Hassan, thank you so much for becoming a member. We appreciate you becoming a new member. If you want to be a new member, you say, G. Bush, why would I want to become a member? The season is over. Well, this is the time you want to go. We'll talk about it. We got our members only live that we do on Tuesdays. We also do film review. Film review season is going to be over. We'll still do this film review of the Bengals. But when the season is over, we'll start film review on college players. The Browns are going to need tackles. How you think we going to educate you on who they is? Browns need receivers. I'm going to tell you my favorite receivers I like. We'll take a look at them. Browns need playmakers. Brown needs some things. We'll talk I got the college tape for everything. So that's one reason you do it. The second reason that you do it is because we got a coaching change coming up. You got a new offensive coordinator potentially that's going to be for the Cleveland Browns. You got front office moves. The draft is coming up. To be truthful, the channel took off during those times with the draft and different things like that. So these are all things that you're going to get. You also get our family blogs. We got a lot of crazy family blogs coming up. We got a lot of stuff. As a matter of fact, my wife is going to drop on the channel for our members. For everybody, we're going to drop our Christmas and we're going to drop our New Year's. The members have seen it. So this is the type of content that we will be dropping. So we'll throw that out there for everybody, all people, so they can see it. So we appreciate you guys' membership. We'll continue to keep going in 2026, and it's going to be an exciting year, getting a full year of context, trying to solidify what the Cleveland Browns are going to do. Goat Talk, how does it feel to be criticized for something because you've seen it and nobody did? They throw rocks and call you names, but never come back with the flowers saying you were right. Reminds me of Flow Into It. That's the facts. I don't look for no how would I say? Yeah, thank you, sweetheart. She was saying, my wife was like, you're looking for the word validation. I don't look for no crowns and trophies from people, but the record stands for itself. The record stands for itself. Who was right and who was wrong? You know how many arguments and conversations I had to go back and forth with folks with? Countless. But you know what? When God give you a little something, it's a thing called discernment. I ain't going to go too far into it. I don't want to preach on a Sunday, but it's all good. Well, you already see what it is now. The track record speaks for itself. And guess what? The people will speak for you. Emmanuel Johnson, I've always thought everyone kind of talking about how Barry's drafts are trash, but I think Kevin and Depot have voices in the decision. Why, when Barry finally got a great draft, Depot is gone and Kevin is out? That's the thing. If you read the tea leaves, the problem is it leads directly to Kevin Stefanski not doing what he's supposed to do. It leads directly to Kevin Stefanski. And I gave an analogy on my show yesterday, is that, you got a child and your kid is, he's been going to school and they tell him he has behavior problems and they're going to have to hold him back and he needs special help, special needs classes. You go, they give him a test to see how bad it is. And not only when they go and give them the test, when they give him the test, you meet with another group of people and they like, hey, sir, your son or daughter is, he's gifted. All right. Let me show you these test scores. These are the test scores from regular kids. These are the test scores from kids that's going to college that's smart. Your son or daughter is scoring off the charts. We do need to put him in a special class, one for gifted students. I'm like, dang, is he an X-Men? Is he a mutant now? He's like, yeah, he like that. So now you're going to be excited at the same time, but you're going to be a little upset because they tried to play you. They tried to tell you like, oh, you didn't know. No, what happened was I was just smarter than you. You didn't see it. I just was on a different level of intellect that you regular teachers didn't get. Social studies and math, yeah, we understand. You barely got by college. Talk about you want to be a teacher. And the only reason you became, now, G. Bush, shout out to the teachers out here. But the thing I'm saying to you is, that's what happened to Jimmy Haslam. Jimmy Haslam was like, you told us that this dude wasn't no good at all. You told us that. You told him he couldn't walk and chew gum, he couldn't do all of this stuff. But what happened? You don't throw for 300 yards with no reps and none of that. It just don't work that way. It just don't work like that. It's impossible. 360 yards when you ain't even been playing, that was it right there. It was Dunsky right there. Much love to you, G. Bush. Jimmy needs to send a blank check to Deion to coach 12 for a whole offseason. Plus, free agents will come to play for him for cheap. John Doe, we appreciate you so much. Prime is, I look like Prime living his life. Prime is like, listen, I got me a little relationship. I'm going to chill out. I don't even, can you imagine these folks, Prime, dealing with some of these questions? Good gracious. Good gracious. Big fun deals. Proud of you and congratulations on your growth and success. Praise God. I appreciate you. Thanks to everybody. Thanks to everybody who pulls up. We appreciate you rocking and rolling with it. We're about a couple of minutes from kickoff. Myles Garrett, 124 and a half sacks, 21st in the NFL history. He looks like he's focused, ready to go. It looks like it's clear sunshine, clear weather down here in Cincinnati. So it looks like we're going to have a clear picture and clear weather, which is kind of, I'll take it, because for a long period of time, we did not have nice weather for the last, I would say, month and a half. So we're going to get to it. Kickoff. Andre Schmidt kicks the ball deep, and the ball game is underway. Cincinnati's going to return this football. Cleveland, Cincinnati gets out to about the 34-yard line. Nice return for them. The Cleveland Browns are on the football field. Hey, are we in the right time, right? Let me see that remote. Let me see. Are we timed up correctly? The other one. All right, here we go. Cleveland Browns coming. Joe Burrow's playing pretty well. He missed 9 games this season, 14 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 1,573 yards for Joe Burrow. Let's see what the Cleveland Browns have. Carson Schwarzenegger is out. I'm looking forward to seeing what it is they can do early. 2nd and 7. Jamar Chase in motion. That's about 6 yards up to about 6 yards here. It leaves a 3rd and about 1. I'm interested in seeing how Carson Schwarzenegger is going to be missed in this football game. I didn't know Donald Brown had 1,300 yards on the ground. Oh, it looks like a little false start. Or is it offsides? We shall see. False start on the Bengals. Moving back again. Instead of a 3rd and 1, we got an out. What we talking about? Instead of a 3rd and 1, we talk about 3rd and 6 now. Okay. Myles Garrett getting around. Joe Burrow got hit a little bit, spun up on him. Yeah, hey, get him out the game. Hey, Cincinnati, come on now. Get him up out the game. So that's a good stop by the Cleveland Browns, 4th and 5. Hey, we just need you to catch the ball and run up. Let me find out Gage. Nah, come on, Gage. Come on, Gage. Lay it down. Come on, Gage. Listen, I just want you to lay it down real quick. Lay your body down. You got to touch it. Listen, let's chill out. All right, Shedeur Sanders in the football game. Let's cook. All right. Cleveland Browns got the orange pants on today. Orange pants on today. Let me see what they got. Backed up a little deep. Let's see if they can come out and get some stuff moving. Cut off the backside. I like that. I like the action right there. I like what they're doing with these tight ends a little bit. It reminds me of what Army and Navy and Air Force do with their tight ends, moving them kind of in motion up and back and down and doing certain things. Blake Whiteheart is going to be in the game a lot when you got David Njoku and Harold Fannin Jr. out. So Whiteheart is going to be the main tight end moving around. I want to see how that affects Shedeur Sanders. He's going to have to find another security blanket because when things go left, he's always looking for Harold Fannin. So who's going to be the guy that steps up today? 2nd and 7 right here. It's the ball out to Dylan Sampson for a couple. Brings up about 3rd and about 5. Kevin Stefanski, 6 years at Cleveland Brown. If you just joined in this, rumors are rampant. Stefanski this will be his last game coaching the Cleveland Browns. We'll see. But those are what the rumors are. 3rd and 4 right here. Ball on the goal line. They got the ball out a little bit. Let's see if they can convert and pick up this first down here. 3rd and 4. Shotgun. Shedeur Sanders. Bringing Judy in motion. Very good play. Very good ball to Malachi Corley. Nice touch on the football. Cleveland Browns moving the football. Nice little crossing route by Malachi Corley. Ball was on the money. Nice ball, right? Catchable. And I like the fact that it's a catchable football where you could catch that thing and move with it. Catchable and move with it. Not behind him, not low. You gave him opportunity to run after catch. Good play. Good first down. 1st and 10, do it again. Cleveland Browns. Little play action. Little play action. Shedeur Sanders, little fake reverse roll out. Nothing much there. Looks like the flats was covered up. Bengals really wasn't biting on it. Looks like not very many people was open. They had a double covered over the middle of the football field. And just got rid of the ball a little bit. Got a little pressure late. So 2nd and 10. Ball on the 30-yard line. Up. Ball security. Ball security. Fumble! And the Bengals have it. And the Bengals have it. Let's see what happened. Yep, ball security. You gotta tuck that thing up. Gotta tuck that thing up. When you're running, you gotta realize that when you're running with one hand, you gotta have ball security on that play. Gotta have ball security on the play. The ball is hanging low. When you're in the pocket around a lot of trash, you got to make sure that you secure the football. I'll give that turnover. That's on Shedeur Sanders. Got to make sure that you secure the football, especially when you got a lot of trash coming up as well. One of the things I wanted to see one of the things I wanted to see was no turnovers, right? And so ball security is a huge thing. And so we want to make sure we clean that up. And that's a minus on that play. It's a minus on that play. Let's see if the defense can hold them to 3. And again, and then this is the Bengals is moving backwards. That's another false start on the Bengals. Yeah, you move. 1st and 15 on the Bengals. 1st and 15, 0-0 score. You just pulling up. Browns got a first down, but had a situation. Shedeur Sanders fumbles on a sack, causing a turnover. Bengals take over inside the Browns territory. 2nd and 13 for Joe Burrow and the Bengals. About 9:59 in the first quarter, ticking down. Myles Garrett still has not gotten a sack, but we shall see how the Bengals are covering him. Looks like they're going to bring a little pressure off the top of the screen. Oh, is that another false start? Yep. Plays blown dead. Okay, this play is on Myles Garrett. They gave an offsides on Myles Garrett. So now they're going to get 5 back. Yep. That's on him. Yep. There's Lawrence Garrett, his father. Shout out to Myles Garrett's father in the audience. He got the crazy lens. I don't even know what type of lens. He got the NFL Films lens up there. Oh, that's a good play. T. Higgins, that's a good play. Joe Burrow squeezing that ball over the middle. Little zone coverage. Joe Burrow finds T. Higgins over the middle of the football field. Nice throw. Browns. Ball is on about the 6-yard line in shotgun. Jamar Chase in motion. Good play. Looked like the Cleveland Browns slanted down. Mason Graham had a nice tackle in that play. Slant down, make the tackle. Is that Gio Bernard? Is that Giovanni Bernard? Man, he's been in the league for a little bit. Or is that no, I don't think that's Giovanni Bernard. Let's go. 2nd and goal. That was a gain of about 1 on that play. Let's see if the Cleveland Browns can hold them to a field goal. That was a pick route and a half. Running back in the backfield. Brown is in the backfield. Touchdown, Cincinnati Bengals, Chase Brown. Touch it down, Cincinnati Bengals. Let's see what happened. Oh yeah, that's a pick route. Basically, you're in man-to-man coverage. The outside receiver is going to run basically a little interference play, and Donald Brown is matched up man-to-man on Devin Bush. And the Bengals miss. So, what about 7:59 left in the first quarter? The Cleveland Browns are down to the Cincinnati Bengals, 6-0. Alex Wright got a piece of that football. Alex Wright jumped over the play and got a piece of that football. And this is all set up by a strip sack or a fumble from the Cincinnati Bengals on Shedeur Sanders. Let's get to some of your comments here. get to it. G. Bush, love you, but make that background Cleveland. Go Browns. Hey, man, they ain't got no what's the names. Hey, it ain't no scenic pictures. Ain't no scenic pictures. What I'm going to do? I'm at it like the bridge. Let's see. Why Disco Drip? Why is Shador not doing the cadence? The center is doing his own cadence. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that. Alexander Gallant, run the football. Run the football. You know, in these type of games, what you're gonna have to do is, first of all, when you playing another offense like the Bengals, and they got Jamar Chase, and they got T. Higgins, and they got Joe Burrow, and they got Brown, you got to realize that you can't have turnovers and you can't have ball security issues, right? So that's one of the first things that I said is if you want to continue, if you want to win this football game, the Cleveland Browns have to play a relatively almost flawless, mistake-free game offensively to keep them in this football game on the road. So that was a big mistake in terms of the ball security. Let's see, and I want to see how Shador Sanders comes back on this drive, right? You got this drive that you're looking at. You're looking at, the football, and the Cleveland Browns were looking to move the football. They had a couple of plays where it didn't go very well. So the thing that you want to see is you want to see bounce back ability. You want to see the ability to get back on schedule, to go down, to put some points on the board, and kind of erase some of the mistakes that you had in that first series. So let's see how it works. Let's see how the play calling is, and let's see the level of aggressiveness. Right now, in some of the routes, a lot of the stuff underneath is bagged up. They're also going to have to do this as well. They're going to have to hit some big plays because I don't think the Cleveland Browns have a good enough roster to continuously make first down, second down, convert on third down, convert on fourth down. Usually, generally speaking, there's going to be a bust in the backfield. There's going to be a play. There's going to be a negative yards play. So I think that they will need to hit some big plays downfield to make that thing work. Browns get the ball out to about the 23-yard line. Let's take a look at some of what we got going on here. Still working. Currently on the phone with my wife driving home, so can't watch the game. Can we please talk about how we always start our drives inside the 20? Yeah. Special teams. We either field a punt inside the 20 or we're not getting the amount of yards that we need, and it always seems like we got to go 80 yards. That's part of the reason why the Cleveland Browns where they are, because they are such a bad special teams, especially except for Andre Schmidt. Did they just run a toss play? Good Lord. Run a toss play out to the right-hand side, and the Bengals was not having it. I ain't seen a regular toss play like that in a minute. And they got drop kick in the face for about a 2-yard loss, I believe. No, it was a no gain. 2nd and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. 2nd and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. We're going to have to see how this works. He's going to have to find he's going to have to find something with Cedric Tillman. He's going to have to find something with Jerry Jeudy in this football game, and we just running toss. This is wild work. We running toss with Malachi Corley out of the is they trying to try him out of running back? Fantasy is over, so I can't say Malachi Corley's having a great fantasy day because that ended last week. So, but early on, he does have a catch. He does have, a little catch, a little slant and run. Let's see what we're doing. Oh, wow. And that's a pick. Woo! Let me see. Oh, wow. That was double covered. And that was double covered. That was almost another pick. That was a double covered situation will arise. Let me see what that is. Put that back up here again. Where was that comment? I wanted to get to that. Bjorkes punts. Jab 9237 says Shador has to protect the ball, but he needs somewhere to go with it. It's just not getting rid of the ball of it. Where do you go? Well, in that case, I don't have a problem with him. I don't have a problem with him tucking and running. But here's the thing you have to be. If you're going to tuck and run, you got to be decisive with it. And if you are going to tuck and run, we're going to make sure that we can hold into that football. We want to keep it high and tight. We can't palm it and keep it down at low, because that's where defensive linemen are taught to swipe that football. Defensive linemen are looking for the ball. That's what they're looking to swipe. So knowing that, he may not have anywhere to go, but the thing is that we need to do is, if it ain't nowhere, we want to live to fight another day, and we want to protect the ball. So at least remember, a punt is better than turning the ball over in your own territory and giving them a short field. And that led to 6 points. That's usually what happens when you have turnovers in the league. It leads to short fields and getting it there. And by the way, turnover-worthy plays. That was a turnover-worthy throw right there in double coverage. I don't know. He was fooled on that play. So remember what I said. What I want to see is I want to see how you react from the turnover. I don't want to see things compound. Usually, sometimes with younger players, what happens is things snowball. Sometimes things snowball. And if you have a turnover, now all of a sudden, you don't want to compound that. Joe Burrow didn't have a really good first drive, but you saw that Joe Burrow did give up the football. Right? Give yourself time to get back into the rhythm. Let me see. Marlon Mizan tipped at the line of scrimmage in the offensive line breaking down. On that play over the middle, I know it was tipped over line of scrimmage, but you got to realize this as well. That was in double coverage. So even if it is not tipped, if it wasn't tipped, it might have been a situation where it did get picked. So it was in double coverage. I'm not really sure where he was going with that football. So not a good start for the Cleveland Browns offense. Let's see if the defense can get back on rhythm and get on track. Oh, well. It don't help it when they get in. Who is that? Is that P. Ryan? Ronnie on the sticks. Not looking good today, but it's a safe game, giving offense with some reps. I'm not worried at all. 12 is out there with some starters, some future McDonald's employees. See. Love you, BD. Go Browns. Stiff first quarter. Shador needs to lead. They need to find something with some energy. Oh, listen. Well, let me tell you this, though. Hey, man. Right now, that energy is not looking good. That energy out there is not looking good. That energy is not looking good. I can't even say. Hey, let me tell you something, fam. This run game, they just running the ball at the Browns. That's 3 straight runs. Here come 4. Here come 4 straight runs. One of the things that we see, how does this affect Carson Schlesinger? Let me see. Oh, they done ran the boot. Jamar Chase wide open. See, they up here carving you up now. Now you're moving around. See, this is one of them football games where, you know what I'm saying, this thing with the offense they got can get out of hand real quick. This can get out of hand real quick. 0 to 100 real quick. Play action, pay in the flats. Now they running whatever they want to run. Now you ain't stopped the run. You ain't stopping the pass. It's a way to get off a block. Thomas is out there. Finally, a little energy. See, this is one of them games. I'll give you an insight. I remember I was playing, and it was the last game going into. No, it was my redshirt junior year. And we was at a game, and it was Marshall. We was playing Marshall at Marshall. Man, we had so many injuries. They moved me inside. I was defensive end. I had to move and go to D tackle all the way in that nose. And I just remember coming out there being like, I just want to get this season over, bro. This season has been miserable. And right now, this is one of them games, and I'm going to just keep it real with you, that like, if the Browns don't get off to a good start or they put something on the board, this is going to get ugly. I'm going to tell you that right now. Because they already know the coach gone. They already know what type of time it is. It's some people out there that's like, man, I'm going to play. I ain't getting hurt. I'm going to keep it real with you. Like, why would you sit here? Like, I'm sitting here watching them on the sideline against Jamar Chase, and they're not even game tackling. They're not even game tackling. Oh, the jet motion. Oh, there's another 6 or 9 yards. Yeah, they trying to get these boys to quit. They trying to get these boys to quit. I saw a list too. Uh-oh. 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 Yeah, this is let's get to some super chats. 1,690 people in here. Hit the like button. Season S Zoop Loop 12. The Sanders fans not gonna like you being objective like this, G. Bush. I mean, I'm always objective. I mean, I ain't like to throw, bro. You can't. It was double coverage and you fumbled. There's nothing to talk about. I'm sure that Shador Sanders would tell you too. I can't fumble. I mean, it's not that difficult, bro. I mean, it ain't that hard to say that. Jab 9237. Shador has nowhere to go with the ball. Jerry Jeudy not found. They ain't got no, what's the name? I talked about this earlier. I'm anxious to see what they do when your top target is not there and how you go about it. See, the Browns need to find some offense. They need to find somebody to get rid of the football to. And when that's not there, they need to run the ball. And obviously they can't run the ball in doing what they need to do. So there's a couple of things. You might, there's nobody open. We get that too. We want to continue to keep the football, and we want to make sure that we know that if we turn the football over, it's going to be a long night, because you already see what they're doing on the other end of the spectrum. What kills me is most of these trolls can't even get selected at a Pop Warner cheerleading squad, never played it down. Go find your skirts. Sharita Allen, I appreciate the super chat. You know, a lot of people, listen, come on, man. You already know. I already told y'all this. I already told you what type of time people be on, or what the timing gonna look like. I'm just giving you the insight. Right now, it's looking like this is like, if you want to know if the Bengals going out here and score, this is what it looks like when people is like, oh, I'm done. I ain't trying to be here. I'm going to get to this offseason. This is what is, if they come down here and score that, who is playing left tackle? 58? Kevin Robinson. I'm not sure. We'll look that up. We'll look that up. All right, it's 2nd and 1. I think Tyson Campbell went out of that game. Here's the problem you're going to have. So if you're Myles Garrett and you're trying to get this sack record, the thing that you got to realize is this. If you can't get off the field and y'all ain't showing no willingness to get off blocks and stop the run, you're not going to see anything where you can get a sack. This is going to be quick stuff. On this drive, 6 rushes, 2 passes, and the 2 passes was bootlegs. First and goal. Oh, interception. Devin Bush picks it off. Myles Garrett, hey, get out the way. Get out the way. How was it a flag? How is it a flag? Wow, what an interception. There's a flag on the play. A flag on the play. I don't understand how there's a flag on the play. That is a bunch of crap. I don't know how. Unsportsmanlike conduct. What is the unsportsmanlike conduct for? Well, here we go. Myles Garrett, tip football. Devin Bush picks it off, and he rumbles down the field. Myles Garrett is in front of him, and it looks like, who tips this? Shelby Harris gets his hand on the football. And by the way, if he doesn't get his hand on that football, T. Higgins is scoring on that play. T. Higgins is scoring on that play. And this is exactly what I was talking about. You need some sort, dang, this is an extra point from midfield. So they called a sportsmanlike penalty. And Andre Schmidt booms it, bro. Andre Schmidt booms it. So what a change in fortune. That. Oh, they got you up out of there for that. He dove into the end zone backwards, but they let you do that on Madden. But let's go ahead and get to it. Change of fortune. Remember what we talked about? We talked about this. We spoke about you need somebody to make a play. And when you playing in a game like this, with a lot of things not to be played for, and a lot of things that ain't going your way, you're going to need people to make a play and to put you in a perspective where now everybody is dialed back in. Because if they score a touchdown right there, that game is done-ski, right? Now it invigorates you to the point where you look at it, the offense ain't really done nothing. Defense puts you in the perspective of now we back up, we back on the football field. If you're Myles Garrett, now they can't play around with you and just run the ball. Now they do have to throw the ball, and you can get off some blocks and see what you can do. Need Judy Tillman, Corley Bond spread out, flipping 10 personnel, get the ball out quick and stretch the field. I think here's the thing too that I've been going and talking about a lot is when you're talking about the Browns, they have such a lack of receivers and the lack of concepts with this offense. They're spot shouting. Now, mind you, they love having 13 personnel and tight ends. Here's what happens when you can't line up and only have tight ends play because your 2 tight ends are gone. Now you're out here and you can't play regular football because you're not used to getting receivers open. You're not used to doing those things. Run the football, Alexander Gallant. They're going to need to run that football. They will. We appreciate the super chat. Patrick Williams, this is the time 12 has to now figure Ish out and galvanize the team. There you go. There you go. Figure it out. Figure it out. Marlon Mizan, need Judy Tillman, Corley Bond. We talked about that. We appreciate the super chat. Now Shador has to earn his spot. There we go. Let's work. It's time to get to it. I see plenty of mofos dive backwards and they ain't called none. You know how you could do that on Madden. I don't understand how that's an issue. All right. All right. G. Bush, look at God answering prayers. Jab was like, hey, we got to figure this out. Shador has to settle down. He's good. Miss Bell, we appreciate you. Settle down, settle in. Settle down, settle in. Right now, the Bengals got 102 yards to the Browns 20-something, and they're losing 7-6. Let's see what we got here. Tyson Campbell's out of the football game. A lot more zone. Oh, he was down? Oh, yeah, that's incomplete. It's an incomplete pass, dog. For some reason, I don't see Denzel Ward in the game. And Tyson Campbell went out of this football game. So you're quickly getting depleted on, yeah, both of them out, it looks like. You're getting depleted right now. Brown showing a little mug technique. Mohamed Diabate is playing Mike Backer for Carson Schlesinger. So, 2nd and 10. Little draw play. You can't get out leverage like that. You know, you look at it. Jenkins, number 5, is going to be a force player on that. And when you're playing defensive back and you're playing in the nickel, yeah, that's P. Ryan. When you're playing in a nickel, you have to be the force cut player right there. It's 2nd and 10. You can't let that ball bounce outside of you and you're unblocked. That's just leverage. That's just, how schemes work. 3rd and 2, excuse me. I think they'll let this go to the 2nd quarter. All right, let's see what they do. At the end of 1 quarter, shaky start for Shador Sanders, but the Cleveland Browns, on an interception by Devin Bush that was returned to the crib, are beating the Bengals 7-6 at the end of the 2nd quarter. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we got. The real Night King. They act like he act like he did the you know what move. We can't say that on there, but we appreciate the super chat. But yeah, man. So thoughts. So this is one of them things, man. This is how tides turn in football games. And we talk about this all the time. You was a couple of plays from this game looking really bleak, but now you get a play and the defense gives you something. Now you put yourself in a perspective of you can get a stop right here on 3rd and 2. Then you can get the ball back and start doing some things. I don't like the toss plays that they've been running. I think that they need to have a better run package in terms of going straight at the Bengals. They're not game breakers up front. I think they need to do more to be more physical up front to make sure that we neutralize some of this stuff. And the Bengals are playing a lot of zone. Make sure you can get the football out of Shador Sanders' hands. Some of the 5-step stuff, I want it to look like this. Boom, 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 boom. That's what I want it to look like. I don't like all this long, drawn out stuff. That long, drawn out stuff ain't gonna get it done today. Definitely time for Shedeur to show some spark. Yep. The one thing that I'm always going, here's what you're gonna always hear from me. The one thing that I'm always gonna hold Shedeur accountable on is spark. He's supposed to, he ain't never supposed to have his energy levels. That's his forte. That's his forte. That's his forte. So I'm expecting that level to get to where we need to be. And I think he will have some more energy. But we definitely came out a little flat. 3rd and 2 right here. Let's take a look at what they got. Myles Garrett is at the top of the screen, changing the protection. Let's see what the Browns got going on. Yeah, Denzel Ward is out of this football game. Showing blitz. I don't know what y'all gonna call timeout. Look like the Bengals might call timeout here. Yep. Bengals didn't like what they saw. Timeout there. Browns showed blitz from the top of the screen as a corner. They moved around. Joe Burrow looked like he changed the protection scheme 2 or 3 times and ultimately did not like what he saw. New play got put in. See what they got. Man, Carolina and Atlanta going down to the wire, bro. Carolina and Atlanta always do this. Carolina, Saints, all these guys. 3rd and 2. Let's see what the Bengals come up with. They decide to run the rock, and they pick it up. Still ain't tackled him. Still ain't tackled him. Yeah, you could tell in the middle. There's a lot to be in the middle since the Cleveland Browns have lost Malik Collins and Carson Schwarzenegger isn't there. It's a lot of push and give up front. I would expect the Bengals to take a shot at some point. I would expect the Bengals to take. Oh, he fumbled. He fumbled, and the Browns pick it up and scoop and score. Don't you jump in the back of the end zone like that. He got in trouble. The Browns inexplicably. Oh, that ball's out. That ball is completely out. Scoop and score, and the Browns. Oh, my gosh. And he scooped and scored. Now, this is nasty work. This is the nastiest work of all time. And then, unsportsmanlike penalty. Now, this was less of a jump. This was less of a jump in the end zone than the previous one. Yeah, that ball was out, though. That football was completely out. Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something, chat. If this play stands, boy, what is the Bengals doing? Like we talked about turnovers, right? It go both ways. Joe Burrow has a pick 6. Then your tight end gets hit. They scoop and score, and it's another touchdown. The Browns offense has 20-something yards. But this is what I tell you about turnovers. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. You know, Burrow has a pick. The Bengals have Jamar Chase, T. Higgins. They got ball players. They've been moving the ball up in the field. But turnovers is the great equalizer when you're talking about football. the great equalizer. Let's see. Dog 9. I'll bet money Judy rounded his route. Trust and believe. We appreciate you. G. Bush, what coach do you think will fit for the Browns next year? Subliminal visual. And I listen. I think here's the people that I think may get an interview. I think Jim Shorts will get an interview. I think Brian Flores is going to get an interview. I like Mike McDaniel as an offensive coordinator, if you can get him as an offensive coordinator. I like Brian Flores the best. I wouldn't mind if Jim Schwartz got an opportunity to do it. I don't know if they would. So those are 4 guys, and I think Tommy Reese might actually have an opportunity to stay as coordinator, or they like him enough, they may give him an interview. Give me just the interviews. I'm a Cincy and Cleveland fan. George Myers, go 12. We appreciate you, my guy. Rough spot for Shador. It's a make or break game, unfortunately. Hopefully he is and his teammates bring it home and make a worthy game for the books. I don't think it's a make or break here. Let me see. Oh, listen, he ain't down. That ball is out. The reality is there's no one that's helping 12 get the ball out of his hands. The receivers, tight ends need to look at the ball. Dang, we're kicking another 60-yard kick by Schmidt. Y'all better stop jumping in these end zones, bro. You could look. You can. Let me tell you this. You can tell Kevin Stefanski ain't there, and Schmidt just been money bags. He don't even care. Let him keep jumping backwards in the end zone. Because if I was a coach, I'd be freaking out. I said, another dude jump backwards in these doggone end zones. I know something, but Kevin Stefanski can't say nothing. He's just like, listen, whatever. I'm going to go out. Wow. Patrick Williams, tight ends and ends need to look for the football. I'll give you that. I'll give you that. Let's see what we got. Beautifully Blessed Defense says, we are here for the win. I Beautifully Blessed. Tell them they ain't playing for nothing. It's wild work. Kevin Stefanski might be a good candidate for the interim president of Defensive Ways of Thoughts anywhere but Cleveland. Shout out to South America. I'm gonna stay away from that one. Kevin Robinson, thoughts on Clint Kubiak? I wouldn't mind. Shador Sanders, you got a fresh taper on the sides. Get on the sidelines. Work on that bike. Can we stop with the silly penalties? We are 4-12. James Stewart Jr., I told you, stop jumping backwards in these backfields and in these end zones. Hopefully, whoever's the new coach will want Callahan to be come aboard. I love Bill Callahan as not offensive coordinator. I'll get him back as offensive line coach with Bill Callahan, especially if we draft in some new new linemen. I want Bill Callahan to be working. Thank you for saying that, because it's very important that we get to that, because I do believe that Bill Callahan, if you are drafting linemen, and especially if you need a couple of them, I would like him to be around when those things happen. Last one, G. Bush, sometimes blessings come pressed down, shaken together, and running over God. Already told Shador, rest, son, I'll handle the trolls. Well, listen, the trolls are going to be out and ready to go. But let's see if the Browns can handle them with this defense. See, the Browns can handle the trolls. So right now, if you are just tuning in, if you started the stream, I said, this is how funny the game of football is. When you start, Tyson Campbell and Denzel Ward are both out. So understand this. Joe Burrow got T. Higgins and Jamar Chase on backups. Trust and believe the shot plays are going to come. Trust and believe the shot plays are going to come. But the problem is that's way too much. You had an opportunity. You could really tell Carson Schlesinger, because there is no presence in the middle of the football field where guys are. If the Bengals really wanted to just keep running the ball, I don't think the Browns could stop them if it wasn't for these turnovers. But trust and believe, I think the Bengals don't want to give up the sack record to Myles Garrett, but they got to push the ball downfield. If they could put them in 3rd and 6 and 3rd and 7, you could do some things. But I expected deep shots to be coming from Joe Burrow and Chase. Oh, yeah, that's too easy. We got dudes out here that I've never seen in my life before. Your two starting corners out. The Bengals should be going up top. Myles Garrett gets, well, he didn't get too double, but he's touching him. He's there. Oh, come on, 27. What are you? He's so scared. He is so scared about that deep route that he let him walk in. That was a terrible route by Jamar Chase, too. Oh, here we go. Listen, they about to spam. They about to spam these receivers. They about to spam these receivers now. I don't even know who this dude is. Ross? Rick Ross back here getting, these corners. Let me see. Oh, here's a nice one. Oh, that's a nice stick. Who came up to hit like that? Who went on that play? Mason Graham. Mason Graham. Mason Graham. Third and 1 right here. Let's see what the Browns got. I would be running the ball if I'm the Bengals. Here come the run. Mason Graham. Look at him. No. That's what I'm talking about. That's 2 in a row. That's 2 in a row. Let's get it going. Don't tell him he ain't got nothing to play for. He said, I'm holding it down for the lost soldiers. I'm pouring out some liquor for the lost ones. Pour one out for Schlesinger. Pour one out for Judkins. Pour one out for Fannin. Let's go. That's 2 in a row. Let me find out that y'all want to play today. You know it's a run. You know it's a run. I run right at him too. Y'all gonna jump off sides? No, they didn't jump off sides. Penalty. Punt that away. Mason Graham. Man, see, this is what I'm talking about. This is why your elbow hurting? What's going on? Joe, bro, you might as well just go ahead and chill, bro. Just chill out. Chill out. Chill. And this game don't even mean nothing, Joe. Go on, get up out of here. You got other things to do. See, this is why you watch over here. Reason you watch over here is because we don't do narrative-based ball. If Mason Graham is playing well, Mason Graham is playing well. If Mason Graham or Shedeur Sanders throw a pick, Shedeur threw a pick. It is what it is. But Mason Graham, 2 back-to-back plays. Stop telling me about, is he going to be a superstar next time? Is he going to be a superstar by the time he's fought? No, stop. I'm talking about today. I'm talking about today. That was 2 big-time plays back-to-back. That's what a top 5 pick. That's what a top 5 pick is supposed to do. We already talked about Carson Schlesinger. We still got one dude in the middle. Let's go. That's a big-time play. Now, listen, let me talk to Shedeur Sanders. Hey, Shedeur, understand the time. Understand the moment. Put you to drive together. You keep Joe Burrow and them off on the sidelines, and your goal is to get points right here. If you get some points, you put the onus back on them. We want the ball coming out quickly. We want to move first downs. I understand if ain't nobody open, but here's the thing. We're going to have to do it quickly and quietly. And again, remember, understand what type of game this is. The Browns are winning because of what? Turnovers. You want to minimize your what? turnovers. Because if you don't turn the ball over and they're turning the ball over, then guess what? We're winning. That's how it goes. 2,100. I want to see the energy. Jerry Jeudy, feel free to get open. And guys, feel free to run the football because the Bengals is not world beaters up front. They're not world beaters up front. You got to establish some sort of run as well. We want third and manageable, not third and 15s. Why Chef 33? Defense is here. Shador game is on the way. You can't, hey, listen, you can't blame the defense. The defense puts you right back. The defense puts you right back where you needed to be. Now, let's add your part. Remember what I talk about, complementary football. Defense has done its part. Offense, let's get it going. 36 minutes since the last snap. Okay. Put it all behind you. Let's get it going, and let's start this thing off. Dang, they just going up top. Get rid of the ball. We'll take that. See what happens when you get rid of it? Is it a holding? This is it. Holding. Oh, that's illegal hands to the face. Personal foul. Dang. Roughing the passer. Dang, you put the hands all in his face. What are you doing? We'll take it though. Jumping up and down, being all undisciplined like that. 15 yards. I like the fact that they're going to play action, but the Bengals is not respecting play action if you don't run the ball. You have to run the ball to respect play action, guys. Establish the run, please. I don't even know what that was. You just stumbled? We just stumbled? Yeah, this is looking like nasty work. Guys, you just 68 just didn't block nobody again. Guys, this is what I'm talking about. You just got run the ball. You just got a penalty. You just got a penalty to move the ball, right? You just got a penalty to move the ball. And you refuse to run the ball. Why? It was first ready to go. And you come back and you play action. What are you doing? Then you come back and you drop back again and get another sack. What are you doing? You have not run the ball at all. Try it. Good gracious, bro. What? We should go in the zone like that all game. Sheesh. Ronald Archer. Ronaldo Archer. Sorry about that. Hire Schwartz as head coach. Only unit in the field looks like looking like an NFL defensive unit. Coach Mikey Mouse, anyone but Stefanski. G. Bush, the 2 penalties are for grabbing. Okay. I see it. Hey, Hazy Eyes Publishing, LLC. We thank you so much. Well, in that case, they're getting it. You guys stop doing that, jumping in the end zone. People keep trying to absolve Kevin Stefanski about AB hasn't given him anything to work with on offense. Do you realize AB also drafts the defense? Why doesn't Schwartz have the same issue? That's a good question. Why does it seem like Jim? And then Jim Schwartz got a bunch of people out. I mean, everybody out. Ocho Cinco throwing cigars at his TV right now. Mason Graham is one off-season weightlifting program for being a real problem. And you get in that weight room, man. Y Chef, defense is here. Shador game is on the way. Danny Flynn, is Glory of Love by Cetera the best song ever? I'm not aware of that. We got to check that out. Put that on my bucket list. Danny Flynn, we appreciate the super chat. I got to check this out now and get back to you. Mason in the building, needs Shador to engineer a touchdown. Alexander Gallant, we appreciate it. Coleman strikes again. 68 looks like he doesn't know how to block. No, he doesn't. The real King, Night King, he has no clue. I don't know. He's one of the reasons I'm actually excited the season is over, because I don't have to talk about that no more. Try to tell you run the football. Kevin Stefanski knows he's gone and didn't game plan. Kevin Robinson. Something ain't right in the Kool-Aid on offense this week. Derek Easterdine, you might be right. 68 is the ops. Man, manga later. We appreciate you. Simply 216 gave 68 gave the defender a bottle of water and a pat on the back on his way to the quarterback. G. Bush, no run game puts the pressure on 12. Facts. George Myers 3602. I don't understand it. Like they have not even tried to run the football. Good defense right there, by the way. They have not even tried to run the football. It's nasty, man. It's completely nasty work. I mean, I kind of don't understand the game plan. Like, if you're the Bengals, all of these play action fakes, you're not going for that. They're just sitting back in these looks like, yeah, throw the ball underneath. We're not letting you get none of that off. Ball start. Whew. Myles Garrett is out there. Myles Garrett probably got about 5 penalties on this dude. Gotham Media Lab, Shador is tripping over his own shoestrings. Yeah, that was, I don't know what he did on that play. I was like, did you just trip? Miss Bell, why have him throw when the offensive line and receivers are out? Man, they gotta do a better job of it. I just don't like the game plan at all. I just don't like it. I'm like, what are we doing? The Bengals ain't no world beaters up front. Run the football. Either you have to try it. They doing all this extra. I don't know, man. Well, puts you in another position. I mean, it seems like it's nothing quick. It's nothing. It's third and 8. Defense has been holding it down. Hands, boy. 4th and 8. Good. Alex Wright with the hands. Joe Burrow and Cincinnati. Listen. if the Browns could get anything going, they can put the pressure on these fellas right now. The Cleveland Browns need a freaking drive. They need a drive. They need a drive, man. You're up 14-6. You got an opportunity. I beg you, Browns, Tommy Rees, stop faking and fake pitching and fake pivoting and roll. Give me some good old bread and butter plays. I don't know what game plan you had this week, but it's not it. You ran the ball relatively decent against the Pittsburgh Steelers when you needed to. It's the Bengals. And you decide that what? On cue production, Stefanski going to drop back 40 times like he did Baker versus Steelers. He's petty. I'm going to try my hardest to suppose Shador on my way out. Oh, boy. New O-line must hammer home how to deal with twisted stunts next year, next camp, nasty work. These guys, that's high school, DB dog. That's high school stuff. If you a pro team and you can't deal, if you cannot deal with regular stunts and twists, we're in trouble. We're in trouble here. We're in trouble here. The OC needs to come up with a drive here. I mean, this is I just don't, and I can understand. Like, again, you see a lot of stuff where it's unaccounted for, and somebody, like I said, on the defensive side of the field, somebody on the offense is going to have to make a play in spite of certain things. They're going to have to make a play in spite of certain things if they want to get this job done. Right here, even if you get a field goal and take some time off the clock, you put the Bengals in a position where they got to play. Make them rap. I don't listen. I don't like that. I got to have the urgency level. Where's the urgency level, guys? Why are we running draw? Why are we running draw? This is worse than like the. Why are we running a simple draw play? What are we drawing them in from? They're sitting in zone. They don't care if you run draw. It's not fooling anybody. What happened to get? This is crazy. And we still throwing the ball. They just refuse to run the rock. They just refuse to run the ball at all. This is nasty work. I don't know what they're running. I have no clue what they're running. This guy. And Judy just does his 1-2 and moves out the way. Guys, They refuse to get under center and attempt to run the ball. Call me Minoki. No, call me No Kami. There's a guy that used to be on, I used to watch his videos. He's a video game player. Dragon Ball. He used to be on Dragon Ball. His name is No Kami. Shout out to him. I had to confirm it. But the Bengals allowed the most rushing yards this season. Why on God's green turf don't they run the ball? It's not even an attempt. They're not even attempting to run the football. Ms. Bell, 2-time coach of the year, knows to run the ball. Again, why is Whippler running the cadence? You mean pointing out protections? So the offensive line points out protections, if that's what you mean. Offensive linemen point out the protections. The center usually does it. Shedeur Sanders changes the protection as well. But centers call out, and point out the Mike backer and do things like that. Rocket Sanders can get hot. Run the ball. ATL Big Walt. You see what happens? Is the Bengals running the ball? Of course they are. I just don't understand it, bro. Like, this is the stuff that baffles me. We always getting hit on a reverse. I don't think they run reverses on no other team but us. I don't think they run. They didn't rush the ball for 17 times. I mean, good gracious, man. That was easy. Now the Bengals is just matriculating, moving the ball down the field like they do. Easy money. You can't guard him. Actually good defense. But what are you diving at, though? Make the tackle, bro. Yeah, man. Backup corners, boy. 2 plays and you're automatically downfield. See, this is the problem. And the thing about not playing complimentary football is at least you could have took some of this clock off the time off the clock if you was dealing with this. Right? At least you could have took some of this time off the clock and made Joe Burrow and them do something. But you come in and run. I mean, it's just the game plan is inexplicable. Wayman Brown. Praise the Lord, I can't watch this game. Vonda 618. G. Bush, great show. Hey, it's not going to be a pretty game. Win or lose, 12 has shown enough flashes. Greatness. Turn the franchise. Quarterback tag, new coach loading in 2026. Let's get it, 95. I mean, this game plan shows you got to make the tackle. You got to make the tackle. It's just... Captain Obvious. Is JJ has hands like a snake today? Not even attempted to run from center is nasty. No run game. I just don't quite. Yeah, I knew they weren't gonna snap that. We better put Myles in the run back position spot or something. The real Night King there, that ain't happening. Why is Disco Drip? Why is Whippler doing the snap count for Shedeur? Like he's doing more than pointing out the protections. I'm not quite sure what you're talking about. But Luke Whippler doesn't do the snap count. Like if the quarterback points to the ground, they can go on a silent snap count, and then when he puts his hand down, he can snap it whenever he's ready, and then the quarterback will be ready. But the snap count and when it's on is derived by the quarterback. The offensive line can make talks about who pointing and whoever's who. He's not doing this snap count. If you have anything higher than an F grade for Shedeur after the first half, you can't be taken seriously. Season Luke 12. I'm giving the entire offense an F. Everybody. So that's coaches, that's the quarterback, that's all of them. F for the first half. I hope that answers your question. Everybody, look. Everybody. Still same garbage. Guys not blocking nobody. You're getting beat on regular twists and stunts. Not attempting to run the football. Turnovers. The passing game looks out of whack. Guys not getting separation. I don't know what they're running. F. Thank you. Ms. Bell, never seen Shedeur Sanders like this. Watched him for years. Nasty work on offense. Offense gets an F. This is terrible work. Being honest with you, bro. And somehow they winning. It's 14-6. I don't know why, how. I don't even know how. They brought Joe Flacco in to run the quarterback sneak. That's funny. And brought Flacco in to run the sneak. Y'all hilarious. Marlon Mott Zion, 5 of 8, 8 and F. All he did is fumble and trying to evade. No, listen, this offense get an F. That's way too much. Listen, look, they got backups here. Still working 23. I know we need O-line, but what about Caleb Downs in the first pick? We help with the run defense. Browns defense is a total. We can't afford to do it. Can't do it. We can't do it. We can't afford to do it, bro. We can't afford to do it because Caleb Downs ain't gonna help. Nothing that we see out here today. Nothing that we see out here today can be helped by Caleb Downs. We can't run the football. And this is the thing about offensive line. And I talked about this before. If you cannot run the football and you cannot protect, you can't run the football and you cannot protect, you're done. That's two aspects of the game. Run blocking and pass blocking. And the Browns defense ain't the problem. The Browns defense is playing against a team and they've got the ball 20 whole minutes, the time of possession. The Browns have run 15 plays. Browns have run, let that soak in, 15 offensive plays. Myles Garrett was close on that play. Myles Garrett was close on that play. And the Browns get the ball during the second half. All they got to do, it's frustrating. It's frustrating. Because one side of the ball looked like they came actually to do something. And it's only a matter of time before the Bengals do something. They too good. Like right there. Like right there. It's only a matter of time before the Bengals do something because their offense is good. And that was pass interference. Decline, touchdown, get banged on. Come on, fellas. Come on, fellas. It's only a matter of time. Bengals should go for 2 right here. Touchdown, Bengals. T. Higgins in the back of the end zone. 11th receiving touchdown this season. And did he miss that? He missed that, bro. This is nasty work. The Bengals is, again, they showing you they're a bad team too. Because the Bengals is doing everything that they can to fumble the bag. I mean, they still down 2 points, but you know what I'm saying? If they continue to hold, they can kick a field goal and be up by 1 still. But let's get down to your thoughts. RGUK 2FF. The Browns offense is trash. I watched the Seattle game and was jealous. It's the same system that the Browns run, but it's light years away in concepts. And I think too, listen, I'm gonna just be honest with you, man. I think a lot of these dudes offensively done checked out. But the reality of the situation is, I mean, I just don't. You know, these are the type of things, and I'm not going to say they didn't win full scorched earth, but I mean, I don't know who's involved with the game plan. You know, when stuff like this happens, you beg the question. I mean, is anybody coming back offensively? Probably not. Anybody coming back offensively, like you may not. I mean, who knows what Tommy Reese is going to do? I don't know what they plan on doing. But if they vetting different people, I mean, you can't tell me that this is the game plan y'all put together. This is it. Y'all worked all week on this. Like, first of all, what, like, this, first and foremost, I don't even know. You're running empty and you're running all these vertical routes, bro. You're running empty and you're running these little vertical routes, bro. You got Whiteheart back there. Bro, run this ball and get to half. We're running this rock and getting to half. We're running this ball to get to half. We're running this rock to get. I don't know. You get the ball at halftime. What are we running? What are we doing? After the first play, it is we are in our own territory. After the first incomplete play, or you got sacked, we are running the ball and we're going to halftime. What are we doing? I mean, what are we doing? Good gracious, bro. We are going to halftime. Thank you. My message would have to have some fun and take it one down at a time. Keith Williams, G. Bush Shador needs to get over this. This not wearing a coat on the sideline is obviously not helping him. He needs to stay warm. Amen. Now, what they need to do is, let me tell you this. Let me talk to you real quick. Browns halftime lead. Browns halftime 14-12. Here's what they're going to have to figure out. Obviously, I'm looking at the energy and how Cats is moving. This energy and the way Cats is moving is saying, oh, yeah, we all up out of here. This energy is we all up out of here. Guys is checked smooth out offensively. The game plan, I don't know what they're running. I don't see any concepts. I don't understand. They will refuse to run the ball under center. Like, some of this stuff, you got the ball back and you're up 14-6. You just got a roughing penalty after you threw a first, a little dump down or whatever the case may be. And the Bengals are a team. This is wild work. Let me show you. I gotta look at these halftime stats. Don't ask me what the whistle names is. Everybody listen. F. Come on, man. Let me look at these stats. This is crazy. Boy, I tell you. Let me check this box score too. No, no team stats. Team stats. All right, here we go. Let's get to this. Let me get to some of the halftime news and notes. We will get to this. Boy, this is crazy. This is crazy. See what we got going on here. Why don't this? All right, here we go. Let's talk about it. Let's get to it. Let's get to the locker room and talk about this. First and foremost, let's look at the team stats. Let's look at them offensive stats right now. We look at it. Shedeur Sanders, 5 of 10, 48 yards, 4.8. Sacked 3 times. Had a fumble. Also, a lot of plays where tip balls, turnover-worthy throws. Looks out of sorts right now. Looks out of sorts. Joe Burrow, 14 of 19, but he also has a pick 6. He also has some things. They did fumble the football, and that's how the Browns got their point. He's 14 of 19, 127, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. This is where the Cleveland Browns are having issues. They ran the ball 5 times. Travion Williams, 1 carry, 7 yards. Malachi Corley, a receiver, 1 carry, 4 yards. Dylan Sampson, 3 carries for 3 yards. 5 carries for 14 yards. You take a look at the Cincinnati Bengals. Chase Brown, 9 carries for 51 yards, 5.7 carries. Samaje Perine, 8 carries for 42 yards. Kayshawn Williams has a carry for 9 yards. Joe Flacco even came in and snuck the ball for a yard. You look at the Browns receiving core. Jerry Jeudy is non-existent. 1 catch for 6 yards. Malachi Corley has 1 early in the game for 13. Travion Williams on the screen for 13. Raheem Sanders on a couple dump downs. Blake Whiteheart. You can see what it is looking like right there. Nothing, non-existent. No, when the Cleveland Browns, when we talk about, we watching 12-13 personnel. Those are 2 tight end sets, 3 tight end sets. When you losing Harold Fannin Jr. or David Njoku, you see what their playbook goes to, because that's the heart of what they do, which is backwards. It's backwards. You can't run with tight ends and dump down and check down routes. You see what the offense looks like when you don't have those tight ends to do some of the things that they want to do. And the offense ain't explosive to begin with that. You look at the Bengals, 5 catches for 60 yards for Jamar Chase, 12.0 average. T. Higgins has 3 for 41. Samaje Perine has 3 for 10. Noah Fant has a catch. Chase Brown has 1 as well. Shedeur Sanders has lost a fumble. Noah Fant has lost a fumble as well. So the fumbles and the fumble recoveries for touchdowns are what's keeping the Browns in this football game, because the offense in general has not been non-existent. I don't like the game plan. I don't like the energy. I don't like the run game. I don't like none of it. So if you ask me where I stand at the Browns offense, it's nasty work overall. And if I'm the Browns, I need to see them back in the mix, in the locker room. And this is the problem. When you know everybody is gone, who's challenging folks? When you know everybody is up out of here and people going to camp, who's challenging, who's stepping up to say, we need to get this together, because it's not. Joe Bitonio is retiring. All of the young players is gone. So if they want to spark some, Shedeur Sanders has to come out here and he has to be a spark. He has to figure some things out in terms of energy level. And that's what I want to see moving forward in the second half, is the energy level. That needs to be raised. That needs to be brought up. Let's keep it moving. Let's get to the defense. Browns defense. Devin Bush, 6 tackles, 3 solos. He had the 1 interception, and he ran that back for a touchdown. Grant Delpit, 5 total tackles, 3 solos. Myles Garrett, they've been playing keep away. He got 1 half to get it done. But the problem is, if the Cleveland Browns is not getting off and they don't keep these guys in 3rd and long, it's going to be very difficult, because they got 17 people on them. So we'll see what Myles can do. Right now, he has a couple of hits, but nothing to write home about. Alex Wright has a tip pass. Big news: Tyson Campbell and Denzel Ward out of this football game. Against T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, if the Browns don't get no points, that's going to come back to haunt them, because the Browns corners is playing very tentative, as they should, because they're going against 2 of the best receivers in the game, and it's going to be a problem. Problem I have mostly The defense is keeping them in the game, but this is the issue I got. This is the issue I got. Rushing yards. Your top rusher has one carry. One carry. One. And this is what we be talking about. Here's the reason why. Notice, I'm gonna tell y'all something. When they be saying coaching be mattering, watch the Ohio State game against Miami. Watch these Ohio State dudes, right? You take a look at Ryan Day, he was calling the plays. You take a look at Hartline. He was going to South Florida to be the head coach. Ryan Day said, I'm going to call plays for this game. And it was trash. It was trash. And they got smoked. And guess what? You got turnover. Now Brian Hartline is gone. The receiving corps, the offense didn't look good at all 2 weeks in a row. That's because my mama always told me something. Me and my ex-wife, we got a divorce. And we was getting a divorce. And the divorce was imminent. And we were sitting there talking to each other. We said, yeah, we're going to come to an amicable close. I'm not going to move out immediately. But, our house is big enough. We had owned property at the time. I could sleep, in a different part of the house. It was amicable. We decided we didn't get in a divorce. And my mom, who's been divorced before she married my dad, they've been married for 45 years. Shout out to them, Ron and Dorothy. But she came and she said, yeah, that sounds cute. But let me tell you something. When you decide that you ain't going to be together no more, all that go out the window. All that go out the window. And I said, what you mean all of that go out the window? She's like, oh, no. All of that go out the window because you don't have the same priorities. You're not looking at each other as we in this to death do our part. Now it's every man for themselves. Wasn't she so right? She came out there. We was walking around. She was like, are you going to take the trash out today? I said, take what trash out? You need to get outside and take the trash out. You need to learn how to do it yourself. Hey, can you help me with? I ain't helping you with nothing. She coming all in my back room doing. The reality of the situation is when you got coaches that's gone, they ain't going to put together the best work. That work is not coming. That work is not coming. And right now, this game plan that I'm seeing, dudes is going about their own business. They going about their own business doing what they going to do. But somebody inside the locker room got to figure out if they want to get this done. Keith Williams, G. Bush Shador need to get over down wearing the coat. We talked about that. Cam Slobinson, he out there looking crazy. Jesus Christ, G. Bush, this Shador's worst game. The play call is on trash. No attempts to the running game. What the hell is going on? The play calling is trash. No attempts to run the ball. What the hell is going on? We just kind of explained what's going on. Everybody done checked all the way out. It looked like people was checked out. Running screen, team has no weapons. 460 dropbacks. 60 drop. Run the doggone ball. Crazy how everyone want to blame 12 is crazy work. Solo Zeke. I got everybody. Where are the quick throws to help out? Ain't nothing coming. Dr. Green, ain't nothing coming. These dudes, listen, Kevin Stefanski worried about getting his kids in school somewhere. Ain't no quick throws coming. They better figure something out. Run the doggone ball. That's their best play as an end around. Think about that. Your best play is end around to Malachi Corley. That's your best run game. This team seems deviously similar to the Rams game. Backup lineman receivers with developing routes, coaches not adapting to the defense. Just keep running the ball, bro. Cedric Tillman even playing today. No wide receiver present. Shaking my head. Get the ball back and set the ball down. These dudes. You can't blame Shador. Something has to lend that spark. You have to feel like you have somewhere to go. He has nowhere. Playing calling has to change. You're going to have to make some plays too. Jab, he's going to have to make some plays today. You know what I'm saying? We got to make some plays. Jiminy Christmas. Yeah. He just, they can't run the ball. It's 4th and 1. Oh my gosh, Joe Bitonio got destroyed on that play. He got destroyed on that play by a linebacker. What do you got on 4th and 1? And Jerry Jeudy almost dropped that rock, but he kept it going. First down, end around. We can't run no regular plays. We got to run end arounds. We have to run end arounds. Jerry Jeudy almost rocked. Jerry Jeudy almost dropped the rock. It's funny how running the ball works, right? Funny how you get guys up off you when you run the ball. Huh? Funny how that works. The Bengals is not good up front at all. Man, sometimes I just, we got 2 first downs. Seems like we're running the ball. Maybe we can get into some rhythm, short, quick passing game. Oh, he tried it. Play action up top to Canelo, not Alvarez. Let me see this. Oh, that was low-key. He put it on him. You got to catch that, my good sir. You got to catch that. He put it on you. You got to catch that. Hit you in the hands. Hit you in the hands. Creeped up there a little bit. Hit you in the hands. Malik Bergener. No run game, no O-line. Stefanski is not an innovative offensive-minded coach. He has to play calling is a major issue. I really think Shador is doing this on purpose because he know he's good. He good as fire. Well, I would like him. What is it, 3rd and 6 here? Let's see if we can get something here. Got Cedric Tillman wide open. Keep moving the sticks. This is the energy I want to see. This is why I challenge folks. This is the energy I want to see. We got Cedric Tillman wide open. Cedric Tillman moving like a tight end. They might as well move him to tight end next year. First down, though. We'll keep it going. Make the Bengals rap. You in a position right here. I still want to see a run. I don't believe they can stop the run like that. You went. Listen, I don't like it. I really don't like that play because it's there's really not, when you inside the 20 like this, everything is condensed. Everything is condensed. I want to see them have to get off some blocks and run. I don't want to see shotgun down here. Get back under the center and let's run something. Make them rap. We'll take that. I want to see. They're going to have to get off the football for me. 3rd and goal down here. 9:30. 7 rushes, 3 passes on this drive. Remember, you got 3 in your back pocket. We ain't doing nothing crazy down here. We got 3 in the back pocket. Jerry Jeudy in the slot. Let's see what we got going. Luke Whippler, you got to snap the football. Did we call timeout? We didn't call timeout? We didn't call timeout, Kevin? That's wild. You guys didn't see the play clock. You guys didn't see the play clock rolling down? You got 3 timeouts. These guys is, oh my gosh. And this is why these dudes gonna be up out of here. This is why these dudes gonna be up out of here, bro. You saw the time. What are you sitting there? You're sitting there on the sidelines and you see it. You see the play clock rolling down, and you just sit there with your arms and your hands in your pocket. This dude up out of here, bro. Get this dude. I'm not saying they're all off rhythm. That's when you get mistakes. They need coaches these coaches. G. Bush 12 has no one to throw to. O-line is tanking. Bev skid. This is nasty work, bro. I just don't understand it. And this is the part that gets me ticked off. You don't have anything else to do but look at the play clock. And you see it ticking down, and you just sit there like this. Black Rock X. Thank you so much for the super chat. Where's Gage Larverdane? Chilling. Posted on the corner. See, they won't talk about that throw. Perfect placement on that deep pass. Should have caught it, DB dog. That's a perfect throw. He was there. Should have caught it. But then again, it is Canelo. He is a practice squad player. Practice squad. Kevin Stefanski is gone, bro. Why no timeout? Nothing. Just these are the things that, this is why I tell people you checked out. And this is what I be talking about. One half of the football is carrying the team. And for everybody that wants Kevin Stefanski or loves Kevin Stefanski or thinks this and thinks that, these are the things that show you week in and week after week out. This is why he gets shadow realmed. This is why he's not, he doesn't carry his part of the game. Every coach understands that if you're getting the play call in and you look and you're watching the play clock, you go right to the timeout. The side judge is right by you. You can just immediately timeout. Put yourself in a good position and get a better play in. You're not rushing. Call Tommy Reese and get a better play and try to run something. But you take 5 yards. You just took 5 yards for no reason. If anything other than the fact that it's a closer field goal, even if you don't get it, then you take the run pass option off the table. Where they was at, you possibly could have ran the ball. But now you drop it back 5 and you're not doing nothing. It's crazy. If running as tempo is working, why stop doing it? Yeah, boy, 84. Man, you try to figure out what's going on. Jab 9237. See, coaching, know when to right the ship. coaching. It's just, and look, the Browns is in this football game 17-12. And, they moved the ball down the field, did what they did to get a field goal. They'll take that. Let's see what the defense can do. They needed that. Myles Garrett needs a play here because not so much not so much of him just needing a sack record, but they actually kind of need to get these dudes back off the field. Devin Bush could play in the hole. Is Kevin Stefanski blind now? He can't see the playing clock. Shaking my head. Get him out of here. Mr. John Gilroy. Yeah, he done checked out. G. Bush, the coach, is breaking bottles while getting thrown out of the bar. Classes does not try to leave on a high note. Call me no commie. He not. Myles Garrett's mom up there looking unbothered. Myles Garrett's mom up there looking unbothered. Weird vet. They might be 3 or 4 people on offense totally that are actually trying. Might. See, and this is where the problem is. They got to play a lot of zone because they dealing with 2. Yeah, them is listen, shout out to Lawrence Garrett. Yeah, them is VVS Stones. Yeah, them boys is hitting. VVS is crazy. Yeah, I see you. There, let me take this down. 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. 6:36 in the third quarter. Just false start again. This is crazy. They got them scared straight up front, though. Cali Dog, Jimmy let Kevin know he was fired at halftime. Are you reporting that? Oh, boy. Oh, boy. First and 15, little check down after the false start. Muhammad Diabate on the tackle. Third quarter, 5:57 and counting. Cleveland Browns, I don't know how they're winning this game. They are. It's 17-12. I don't know how. I do know how. A pick 6 from Joe Burrow early in the first quarter. Also, a scoop and score in the second quarter, giving the Browns those leads. Shedeur Sanders leads the drive down and gets a field goal. Browns winning 17-12. 2nd and 9 right here for Joe Burrow and the Bengals, dropping into coverage. Joe Burrow with a nasty little slide. Tyson Campbell back in the game. Myles Garrett was chasing from the backside. They got a tight end on him. They got another tackle on him. And Myles Garrett is running. And Joe Burrow's like, no, you're not about to get me. Where's he at? How does Joe Burrow even sees him like, hey, I see you. How did you see him, Joe? That was a nasty slide, though. 3rd and 1. Hands. Deflection. Y'all going for this or what? Y'all might want to go for it. Zach Taylor, what you got on the 4th and 1 right here? What you got on the 4th and 1, Zach Taylor? They were running the football. I would be running the ball. They ain't did nothing. The Browns have not stopped. This is a run play. This is a run play, bro. This is a run play. It got to be. They threw the ball. Sit them down, open up shop, little sit-down route. Joe Burrow moves the chains. Yeah, they was in zone coverage. Hey, come on, man. You can't be that excited. You just caught. Woo. Good play. Who's that? Mohamed Diabate knifing in there, stopping Brown for about a 2-yard gain. Quiet is kept. This is getting down to the nitty-gritty. 2nd and 8 right now, 3:46 and counting in the third quarter. Myles Garrett on the sideline, getting a blow. You know, Jim Schwartz and his defense coming with a little pressure on the outside. They got him. Grant Delpit. Jim Schwartz dialing up the pressure. Myles Garrett off the field. They bring the simulated pressure. Grant Delpit comes up from a strong safety position and gets home. You look at it, they're not bringing that many people. Ended up bringing 4. Diabate, you got Alex Wright dropping in back, fooled Joe Burrow, and got him on the ground. Grant Delpit doing what he needs to do. Good play, 3rd and 17. Now Myles Garrett. Hey, this is what you want to get to, right? Watch the screens, watch the draws. It's something quick. Look over the middle. Myles Garrett comes, a little something quick. No. We're all over that. Good job. We're all over that. No hook and lateral game. We're not dealing with that. Get off the field. They tried a nice little hook and lateral on them boys. Didn't work. Who's this? Whose quarterback is that? Oh, that's the Colts. So the Houston Texans clinch an AFC South win with Jack win plus the Jacksonville loss. Now, Jacksonville. Now listen, somebody asked where Gage Garberdane is. Well, Gage is back deep, and what we want Gage to do is just catch the punt. We don't want you running backwards. We don't want you doing any of that. Field the punt and move out the way. There you go. Now, 1:56 left to go. Shedeur Sanders and the Cleveland Browns. Now, Shedeur, if you want to go ahead and get busy out here, go drop a touchdown on these dudes. Huh? What do you say? Can we get some of that energy? Because the way the defense is playing, if you want to get busy, drop a touchdown on these fools. Get your new year started off the right way. You see what are we talking about? Let's get to the chat. 2,200 people in here. What are we talking about? There was a lot of positives from that last drive. Ran the ball well, a few good throws considering what we are working with. It's a win. Lord of the drip. We'll take that. I'll take them points. If he want to go ahead and do it again, though, all you got to do is check their temperature. Like, I don't like the fact that we're not checking the Bengals' temperature up front. There is not no world beaters. Make another tackle. Make another tackle. Miss Bell, Kevin Stefanski was shaking his head. He saw the clock. Shameful. He did see that. Why are you shaking your head and you didn't call no timeout? But here's what you do. See, sometimes you got to leave it out there. You got to leave it off other people's hands. Go out there and you end it for him. You send him packing on your own terms. Come out here and deliver a drive right here, right now. Right here, right now. I used to be a commercial. Right here, right now. At G. Bush of Chevrolet out of Euclid. That sounds good, man. G. Bush, Lexus, and Audi. Get to your latest G. Bush dealership. Babe, what do you think about starting a car dealership? Yeah, she says profit margins ain't like that. She looked at me like, get out of here. Okay. She says too much work. She said you might want to just keep doing live streams. All right, I gave it a try. Gave it a try. All right. Put a bad team, put a bad, make them rap. Shedeur Sanders, 1st and 10. What a good time. Let's start this drive off. At least we want to get to the 4th quarter. We'll take that little dump off. We'll take that little dump off. Hey, man, ain't nobody open on that play. It's a nice throw right there, though. 2nd and 4 we can work with. This is supposed to be a run all day. This is supposed to be a run all day. Oh, the safety in the box. That's a run. Thank you. Make them rap. See what happened when you running the ball? See what happened when you give them, make them have to successfully continue to get off blocks. And now we're under a minute. These guys, man. These guys, man. Mm-hmm. See? Listen, I'm not a genius or nothing. I'm not a genius, am I? I'm not a genius. I'm just a little old Mac defensive lineman that understands what the trench game is about. Now we're not even running this play. It's under 20 seconds. We go into the 4th quarter. Put the 4s up, bro. This is crazy, bro. Just listen to your boy and you can do something. Listen to your boy and you can do something. We're not even coming out the huddle. Don't take him out the huddle, Shedeur. We're going to the 4th quarter. Talk to him what we need to be doing, Isaiah Bond. I need you to sneak behind the secondary. Let's go. These guys out of here. You see what happens? I need that halftime speech. I want to see it, bro. I want people to seize the opportunity, seize the day. I want a signature drive right here. I want to drive to get these dudes off the books. You run the football, you get what you need to go, and you go down and punch them in the mouth and get that touchdown. That's what we trying to get to, bro. Rub my shoulder, shrug my shoulder. Let me get to this real quick. Get to this. Let me give y'all some updated stats right here. You got that updated stats real quick. We threw 3 quarters. Shedeur Sanders still 8 of 14, 78 yards. Joe Burrow is 18 of 24, 2 touchdowns. He has 153 yards. The rushing first downs, the Bengals have 10, the Browns have 2. Passing first downs, the Browns have 7. Third down efficiency, 2 of 8 for the Browns, not good. 3 of 8 for the Bengals, not good. They're both 1 of 1. Total plays is starting to even up a little bit. Bengals 47 total plays, Browns 32. Browns still woefully behind in terms of total yards at 123 to 262 yards per play. The Bengals are 5.6 and 3.8, right? Browns are in a position 17 to 12 right here. The way this game is moving, Browns got the football. The way this thing is moving, What you want to do is put that maximum pressure on him. It's a nasty game. The ball is on the 30. Let's put together some more plays to see what you can do. Play action play. Shedeur Sanders looking. Get down. Get down. There you go. Second down. I like it. When ain't nothing there, he saw it like, nope, I ain't got nothing. And he dives head first. 2nd and 1. We like it. Remember what we talked about? Somebody tweeted at me. We want to be decisive when you're doing something. Decisive. If you ain't got it, let's keep pushing. Easy, easy, easy. Get into a right play and get this first down. I don't like the toss. I don't like the toss. And he got it. He got the first down. Toss ain't been working for us today. Toss is too easy to set up for holding too. Dylan Sampson does a good job of getting down and finding a way to get that first down, 1st and 10 for the Cleveland Browns. Get rid of it. Get rid of it. A little pressure on that play. 2nd and 10. Got his hand hit on that play. Pressure there. Oh, man. Luke Whippler is down on the play. That hurts. Starting center is down. Zach Zenner is your backup center. Let that make sense. All the time, remember, anytime, one thing we got to start looking forward to is what's going on with what's going on with the center snaps. You got to watch out for now on short yardage. Can a center snap the ball and not get, pushed back? Can a center snap the ball in shotgun situations? How much has Zach Zenner been in a situation where he's been snapping the football? These are all things we got to watch right now in terms of the center quarterback snap, especially in this football game. Crazy Shedeur stats aren't important. The win is. Listen, the crazy thing about it is I'm looking to evaluate in this drive in real time. I'm looking to evaluate in the drive. He still can do some things in this drive to figure out how we manage. The key right here is if you can't get 7, if you can get a field goal, that puts you at a position where now you have 8 points. So now the Bengals have to go down, they have to score a touchdown and get a 2-point conversion. But we're a little ways away from that. I want to see what they're running. But there hasn't been any overtly great easy reads. There isn't very many people open. They're using Whiteheart as a pretty much a blocking tight end, which is, not part of what they want to do. Now you got your backup center out of the game. So, it's an uphill battle, to be honest with you, offensively. But to be truthful, the Bengals should be smoking the Browns in this football game, and they're not. And it's due to turnovers, and the defense has played well, and that just goes to show you it's complimentary football, man. Don't throw the ball to Judy at all. This is coming from a Bama fan. Oh, Malachi Corley. That's a nice play. This is all smoke and mirrors, man. That's smoke and mirrors. He tried to touch that. That's a nice play. That's a nice touch pass over the top. Get the ball to Malachi Corley. Malachi Corley has probably been your most dependable guy. They've been using him like a little gadget type dude, 3rd and 2. Zach Zenner is your center. I don't know how they feel about him taking the ball under center. Maybe shotgun snaps are a thing. We'll see what they got going on here. Shedeur Sanders on the read option. Boy, boy, the read option with Shedeur Sanders. Boy, they went full college playbook. Hey, they weren't even ready. And Shedeur, again, let me tell you something. He's very sneaky. He's sneaky with the moves. He makes a lot of guys miss. Here come the reverse. Isaiah Bond, get upfield. They ran a reverse and got 4. We'll take it. They can't run the ball like they want to, but they pull it out all the stops. Right here, you can tell they ain't got much. You can tell they ain't got much. They cleaning out the closet. Eminem, Luke Whippler's out. That's always a bad sign for him getting carted off. Again, I thought Whippler has played pretty well down the last few games. And he's a guy I think that the Browns going to be counting on to try to be a center for next year. So it's a good job. Zach, Bengals pull up, stop the run, puts the Browns in a 3rd and 5, a 3rd and manageable. Jerry Jeudy's going to come off the sideline and figure this out. This is a big play for Shedeur Sanders right here in the Cleveland Browns. We want to see what they're doing. 3rd down passing so far. He's 4 or 5 completions, 2 first downs here. What do you dial up here? You don't want something that's long and outdrawn. You want something that's quick that we can get over the middle. And you want to pick up something where you can possibly go for it on 4th down if you can. That's a screenplay. Good gracious. He got destroyed. Shamar Stewart is in the backfield. Who? I mean, guys, you kind of have to touch him. Like, you got to kind of touch him a little bit. I don't know. Boy, it's one of them things. I'll run a fake here. All right. So they punt the ball. 10:36. Myles Garrett and defense is coming on the field. I don't know if the Browns defense can hold him here. Eric 23 ATL. Cleveland finally got their quarterback. Stop the hating. Travis Hunter got a commercial. So what do we got going on here? Here's what we got. Matter of fact, 2,598 people here. I mean, they ran that screenplay. I guess they wanted to set up a screen, but Joe Bitonio just left Shamar Stewart way too quick. It's a 1-1,000, 2-1,000, didn't get out. He just took off and started running. Shamar Stewart was just in the backfield, just ready to go. There's another opportunity. Let's see what the Browns defense can do. Just to let you guys know, we will be doing the post-game show, UCSS post-game show, the last one of the season. UCSS post-game show will be the last of the season. We appreciate everybody pulling up over there. I will be over there, so we'll be ending this stream about, I'm going to say about 6 minutes left on the clock here, maybe 5, because I got to leave this one. We'll go over there and conclude the post-game show at the 2-minute warning, so make sure you check that out. But all you guys, pull back up. We will do a season recap for the Cleveland Browns after this game. We will do the post-game show. We'll get into the season recap. We'll kind of figure out what's going on with Kevin Stefanski. We'll hear some things. We'll talk about some things moving forward. We'll get your ideas and thoughts on Shedeur Sanders in general. So if you guys want to, we'll be doing a little bit of a special type thing because we want to throw a bow and recap the game as well. But more importantly, we want to spin this thing forward and figure out what the Cleveland Browns do moving forward. So if you want to talk about some of the coaching candidates you have, get those ready. If you want to talk about Shedeur Sanders and what you want to see him improve on through the offseason to next season, be ready to go. Also, if you want to talk about specifically in Myles Garrett, did he not get the sack record? We'll talk about that as well. But continue to make sure you pull up. We'll be doing that on the Browns post-game show right here on the Barbershop. So, Myles Garrett, 1st and 10, 10:36 left to go in the fourth quarter. And the Bengals have 31 total yards in the second half. Tyson Campbell is back into this football game. Little short dump out to Brown out of the backfield. Myles Garrett has had 135 snaps without a sack. 2nd and 8 right here. Everything is short. I tell you, boy, they might not let Myles Garrett get no sacks about here. He's not letting you get that off, Myles. Oh, Myles Garrett is now playing middle linebacker. Let's see if they can manufacture something. He's playing D tackle. Did they just let Joe Burrow just run that? That's funny. I think it was a mix-up in the backfield, and he just turned around and ran. Yeah, it was a mix-up in the backfield, and all right. Little dump down. Baker makes the tackle. Everything is short, methodical. 2nd down, 8:53, and counting this game, the second half moved like crazy. Great Land, 99. Bush, no to Tommy. His vault is trash. Limited. A Mert Sniper, hit that like button on your way in. We appreciate that. 2nd and 4 right here for the Cleveland Browns. Let's see what they got. They're going to run this football. Yep. 1st and 10, do it again. Tyson Campbell with the tackle. I give Tyson Campbell a lot of credit. Usually, generally speaking, people wouldn't be trying to jump back into this football game like that. But Tyson Campbell basically, got back into this game, and he could have been out there chilling. He's come back in and been playing hard. Browns defense, again. I loaded the drip. Browns are going to need a special 2-week camp just for offensive line. We need an entire O-line now. Oh, yeah, we've been needed that. Myles Garrett getting double teamed up there. Nice quick zip pass from Joe Burrow to T. Higgins. A quick little sit-down route. Browns. Joe Burrow working this 6-minute offense. The goal is to here for the Bengals is to work the majority of this clock, get downfield, and score a touchdown and have this game be over. 2nd and 2 right here. Little check down route again. Over. Just taking what the defense gives them. 1st down for the Bengals. 1st and 10. 6:56 and moving. Tick, 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 tick. Oh, that's a nice play. They're moving the ball. Methodical. That's about a gain of 6 or 7 right there for Donald Brown. Best drive that the Bengals have had in a long time. Gain of 7. And Baker get off the block. You getting hugged up. That's great defense. That is great defense by number 20. We talked about the backup corners. He was in man-to-man coverage, did a really good job of turning around, knocking the football off without cover, like having hands on him. It was really good coverage right here. Turned around at that last moment. Great defense, man. Great defense, man, against a guy in T. Higgins. That's beautiful defense. 3rd and 3 right here. Big down for the Cleveland Browns. Can you get off the field? And if you're the Cincinnati Bengals, if you don't get it, are you going for it? Myles Garrett is now playing middle linebacker, moving around. Where is he going to go? That is a Joe Burrow code. Joe Burrow code. He knew Myles Garrett was vacating the middle of the field, and they ran a nice little dump off over the middle of the field, right where Myles Garrett left. And Myles was there too. Look at that. That was a good play by Joe Burrow. Very good play. 5:30 and counting. We're going to get in here to about 5 minutes. Make sure y'all check this out. We're going to go over to UCSS. Make sure y'all check out that 2-minute warning. We'll wait till after this play before we disconnect. Myles Garrett got the sack record. Myles Garrett got the sack record. I am so happy for him. I am so happy for him. He got it. Myles Garrett got it. And it just so happens that we sitting here and I got an opportunity to see that right before we let y'all go on the stream, man. Congratulations to Myles Garrett, man. Congratulations to Myles Garrett being in the record book, being that guy. And I'm so happy for him and what he was able to accomplish this year. He kept going, he kept fighting. Congratulations to Myles Garrett for breaking the all-time record for the NFL sack total. Single season record right now. Congratulations to Myles Garrett, man. I am so happy as a Browns fan to see that. 2nd and 16. I got to stay for one more play now. And the Cleveland Browns get them 2nd and 16. We appreciate it. With that being said, make sure you catch us right over here. We'll come back and talk about it. Make sure you catch us at UCSS. We'll take you later.